please don't let me do it. Don't put me in residential. Don't. And I listened. We put you on probation. A month and a half later, you pick up a felony DWI. So all this.
Whoa, hold on, a felony DWI just weeks after probation. That's not just a slip-up. That's the kind of mistake that lands you behind bars permanently. What would you do if you were the judge here?
Acting.
I heard that.
Okay, Dustin.
So, one issue as far as the GPS monitor and all that, they gave them a new device just now. They said it was a charging issue. They plugged it in, it would charge for 10 minutes, stop charging. He has a brand new one they just put on this morning. Now the drug test
violation that he's out at 3 a.m.
Well, no, it's not that he's out. Is that that's when it reconnected. So but they gave him a brand new device. So and they're saying there was an issue where they changed the device out and there's not a tamper on it. It's just it said it was not receiving. It didn't say it was that he was out and about. It said it wasn't receiving, and they started receiving again. That's at least the report that I saw. It's not like they were tracking him other places. But as far as resolution of the case, I did talk to him, and he is interested in participating in DWI court.
Let's break that down. The GPS didn't show him out and about. It just lost signal. But here's the kicker. He arrives home at 3:01 a.m., and that's when it reconnects. So where was he during those 5 hours? Nobody knows. And that's the judge's problem.
And I know because we talked about that last week. And I had visited with him on that this morning.
Says here on 3/11/24, GPS device generated a failed to enter alert at 10:15 p.m. At 11:46 through 3:02, GPS device was in no GPS no cell status and was unable to be monitored during that time frame. Client arrived home at 3:01 a.m. on 3/12.
So that's not when it arrived home. That's when it started charging again. Because it's not a geolocate. I mean, as far as I'm understanding, it's the GPS shows where he is. Not.
I'm going to be honest, Your Honor. That would be a question for pre.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's pointed to the client, not to you.
Okay, I was like,
Saying out and that he's out in the middle of the night.
I don't think they're saying that. What they're saying is that it's received a no signal.
Client arrived home at 3:01 a.m. on 3/12.
Where was he before that?
Huh?
They don't know where he was before that. He was at home. He just wasn't charging.
You have.
That's the way I'm reading it.
Do you have? Do you have the idea of where he is?
I don't see any notes from the case manager. And then at 10:05, I see on the report, it's showing that he's not at his home location. So I think that would be the fail to enter. And then there was the portable violations as well that were added. But again, from what we discussed earlier, I don't, necessarily have to go forward.
Portable violation in what respect?
They sent an email yesterday from the supervisor that was here earlier, stating that there were additional.
Did Anthony send that?
No, it would be from Cody Pittman.
Okay, see.
Or this specific one is from Luis Galvan.
So I also have here, client was also instructed to obtain a portable alcohol testing device, comply with all testing protocols, refrain from alcohol consumption, and comply with all routine equipment service. The defendant failed to provide breath samples, scheduled times, resulting in 13 skips from 2/7/25 to 3/17/25. So he's still skipping tests. Come up, Mr. Jones. I just don't get it. I truly don't. It's over.
13 missed tests. Not one, not three. 13. This isn't just carelessness, it's non-compliance on repeat. The judge's frustration, absolutely justified.
And over and over. You are still skipping tests. And I don't know what it is and what I need to do to get you to comply with bond conditions. You're still skipping tests. I mean, I have no other choice. I now have to revoke your bond again.
All right, well, then let's do a plea then.
Huh?
Let's plea it.
I agree with, and I'm okay, but I'm going to tell you now that I want to have him TRAS'd immediately to see how we go forward.
Well, Judge,
you know? I
okay.
just, all I want you to do is not kill anyone, man. That's all I want, you know? Really, I'm not asking for much.
You scare me. That's not a throwaway line. That's a judge literally telling you that your behavior is dangerous. If that doesn't wake you up, what will?
You have, since day one in our court, have repeatedly refused to comply with bond conditions over and over and over. And I'm not doing a plea to where he can just get out and just do, and
So,
you scare me.
so how do we resolve, Judge?
Huh?
So how do we resolve it?
So, yeah, I agree with you. I think that the correct thing would to do would be probation.
Okay.
But I would like to have him TRAS'd while he's in there. And I have a feeling I know what the TRAS is going to say. And that's what I would like to do.
Okay. I would request you to set a bond.
Of course.
It's just costing me money, Judge. What it already is costing me is his family money.
So it's okay to just skip tests?
No, it's not. It's a test, but I'm saying
It's a skip. I might just be asleep, but I'm not trying to skip me wrong. I swear to
stop,
God.
just stop talking. Yeah, you don't,
Sure.
just stop.
Okay, he goes, and it's literally, the minute he gets out, we have bond violations over and over and over. Now, what are we now, day what?
So if the court wanted to be made aware of this.
Here's a crucial point. Positive for THC Suboxone, oxy, and benzos. This isn't just substance abuse. This is a cocktail of potential overdose. No wonder the court's leaning toward residential treatment.
Presumptive results.
What did he test positive for?
THC, Suboxone, Oxy, and benzodiazepines.
He tested positive for Oxycontin?
Yes, Judge. Presumptively positive. It's being sent to the lab for further testing.
What I had envisioned, what I think is probably do like a 2-year probation. I want to do like maybe 10 days as a condition, do an immediate TRAS. We'll get it done today, tomorrow, and we'll see what the TRAS says. And I'm going to go with what the TRAS says. If the TRAS says, and I promise you, Dustin, I will do what if the TRAS says that IOP, SOP is the proper course, then I'll do it,
Okay.
you know? But if they say residential, I think that I want to follow what the TRAS says because I think that that's the proper one.
I don't think you can take it. I just don't think you'll take it if it's residential.
Then I have a jury waiting right now.
You said the same thing. I mean, let's just see what it says. Let's try to get a quick TRS done.
For sure.
How quickly do you?
So do you want to do the probation?
Yeah, he wants to do probation. Judge.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, Blaze, you let me know.
On this
Jones, probation.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we had offered the probation first, so, yeah, the TRS.
So,
Okay,
so probation,
2 year.
TRS conditions.
2-year.
Okay.
I want to do 10 days as a condition. That way I can get the TRAS done now immediately while he's in. And then I'm going to follow whatever the TRAS says. Are you Dad?
Yes,
How are you?
fine.
Thank you so much for coming.
Can I say something?
First, go with Dustin first because I don't want you to say something that really, just,
No,
just
no.
please. Yeah, you guys can talk and then later on, if it's, then, yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Dustin. All right, come on up.
All right, so what we're gonna do, Judge, is he's not gonna bond out. We're gonna reset it for she said she could get the TRS done in a couple days. I got him, he wants to see what the TRS is gonna say if he recommends DWI court, because that's kind of what he wants to do. Pretty much I think he'd be more successful in DWI court. So let's get the TRS done.
In sober court, he just wants to be out so he doesn't have to be in custody. But the
Oh, no,
problem
this
is,
is Because that's gonna be in your court.
it won't be in my court.
I understand that.
So
He gets TRS get that done, but he's not bonding out, Dad's not bonding him out. I told him he needs to sit and have TRS done, and they can get it done. So I'm gonna reset us, what, 5 days, Tuesday, and we'll have TRS by then. He's not gonna bond out, because we're not bonding out.
You want to talk?
Yeah, I don't want him on, I suggest I don't want
I
him.
get it. I understand.
why.
I understand. I understand.
So, we'll do five reset for Tuesday next week, and they have TRS done by then.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
You got it.
And I'll get the.
So we're not doing a plea today. But hold on. Dustin, come on up. I want you to know that if it says residential treatment
I understand.
and he's no, I mean, I'm setting this case for trial,
Absolutely, Your Honor.
right? And I'm not gonna,
Are all full straight probation?
I understand.
Okay, cool. I heard for.
No, he was asking.
No.
It's not legally, it's not legally
my
possible.
concern is that what I feel is gonna happen is when he does a TRAS, they're gonna say residential, and he's gonna say, I don't wanna do residential, I wanna be out. When we know, based on here, it just doesn't work when he's out. He does what he wants to do.
If he
To
doesn't,
hell with the
if
conditions.
he doesn't want what the TRS recommends, then he'll take a jail sentence, and that's just what it is.
I'm not gonna take that. I'm not taking it. I'll send him for trial. I'm not taking, no.
Do jury punishment, and he'll get a jail sentence. Like,
You can do what you want,
he's not
but
probation eligible for a jury. You can't force that probation. Let's say the TRS.
no, I think I can. I think I can. I mean, I'll look.
And there it is. A judge trying to break the cycle. He knows that jail is a revolving door for someone like this. But can Dustin meet the court halfway, or will this be another failed chance?
The code, but
I do jury punishment. You can't. Like, you see what I'm saying? Is like, I do jury punishment.
sure.
You can't.
Sure.
But I'm not trying to. Let's just get the TRS and see if we can the help that you want. Yeah.
Dustin,
I know what, dude, we're on the same.
giving
I know you-
giving him a jail sentence of 20 days, 30 days, 60 days solves nothing. It literally throws him out into the wolves, and he's just gonna pick up a felony DPI within the next 30 days, 60
So let's see what
days.
the TRS says and see what we can do.
I'm trying to help this kid, man.
I know you are.
And just a straight jail sentence it's within a year he'll have a felony DPI.
I understand. And you know I understand. You know we're on this.
All right, so let's see what the TRAS says and well, yeah, it's pointless an argument. I agree. Let's just see what the TRAS says. What happens.
Is it? Take
All right, good morning, Mr. Reynolds. Sir, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On March 10th, 2025, officers were patrolling the area of the 13,500 block of Beechnut Street, Harris County,